Alex Chemarov here from Movements for Life. Our next restorative segment is going to take us up to the T-spine. We spent last week focusing on the lats, and there's definitely a carryover with this as we start looking at the ribs and the upper back and how it relates to the shoulders and then down below to the hips and the lower extremity. So the T-spine is definitely much more mainstream in terms of people talking about it due to our chair-borne society, right? The human shrimps or the T-Rex posture that we're in when we're typing, doing work. So to take us from that upper kyphotic posture and to start getting it into, more neutral spine or getting up even taller, we do have to do some soft tissue work on it. So getting into a roller is the best way to do it. So structurally speaking, to start working on the structures of the spine and just start getting that upper body to extend, to create some distance between the ribs and the hips. So I can support my head, and as I start kind of positioning this foam roller, I'm really at the scapular level, and I can make my way to the upper scap to get some of the upper thoracics. And then as I make my way down, similar to how when I rolled my lats, the brow line or the bro line for all you Seinfeld fans is about as low as I want to go when I'm in that extended position. I can cross over into the lumbar spine and get some of the lumbar erectors, but in doing so, I would have to really kind of protect and not go into lumbar extension, especially if I'm anteriorly tilted and I have a really tipped pelvis. I don't want to kind of further exacerbate that lumbar extension. So again, I can roll the lumbar erectors on the foam roller. I prefer to do it with the lacrosse balls. That was done in an earlier video. So, but I digress. So let's get back to that upper back. So getting into an extended upper body posture, so I can really just try and find my breath, exhale, try to relax as I just allow my upper body to extend and just allow gravity to pull me down into extension. And I can really focus segmentally on moving one vertebra at a time and just slowly start making my way into extension. Trying to stay relaxed. Initially, as you start doing this, it might not feel too comfortable, but as you start allowing those tissues to extend and you get greater and greater extension, it will feel easier. You might even get a couple of kind of chiropractic adjustments, some self-adjustments, if you will, which some people welcome as they spend some more time doing this. All right, so I'm really working on sagittal plane movements there. I can start to 3D this a little bit. I have to thank Lenny Parasino years ago who exposed me to a couple different techniques, because now I can stay in extension and now I can start to laterally flex, right to left, which ungunking the T-spine, if it is stuck, will feel really, really good. All right, I can also move my lower extremity, which will now start to introduce a little bit of some transverse points, some rotation, so it'll trickle up to my upper back. So this will just start to allow more motion to get introduced into that T-spine. So really work on, use the scaps as a reference, upper scap to the lower scap, and just think, your thoracic spine should be mobile. When we walk and when we run, we should get thoracic rotation with the head staying still. If the upper back does not rotate, then what happens is compensation. People become really army by moving their arms more because their T-spine cannot move. And the thoracic spine, T12, is one of the main areas of rotation. It's one of three. So we need to be able to rotate at the thoracic spine, the iliofemoral joint, and then also at the subtalar joint. So those are three areas of the body that absolutely love to rotate. So if you're not getting it at the T-spine, chances are you're gonna get it somewhere else, and somebody's gonna be getting really, really sour. So enjoy this one. This is definitely a little more of a feel-good one. It's not as brutal as some of the other soft tissue areas that you roll. It's definitely a little bit more on the structural side of things, looking at the spine and allowing the upper body to kind of extend. So enjoy. This one actually is a good one, and we'll see you next week for your next segment. Thanks, guys.